My name is Stephen Stewart. I'm the CEO and Chairman of QC Copper and Gold. We're traded on the Toronto Venture Exchange under the symbol QCCU. Our flagship project is called the Opemiska Copper Mine Complex. We're located in the heart of Quebec in the Chapais-Chibougamau district, and we recently just published what's now Canada's highest grade open pit copper deposit. It's well over 2 billion pounds of copper equivalent, and we're right on the road, we're right on the rail, and we have nice access to power and great community relationships. The most important aspect of our project which sets us apart from everybody else, is the fact that we are indeed Canada's highest grade open pit copper deposit. So it's grade. We're nearly 1% copper equivalent, with 80% of that, so 0.8 is just copper alone. And then in this age where I think copper is one of the most important metals around, whether that's for electrification or for traditional infrastructure. The fact that we've got a high-grade project, which means a high-margin project that already has access to these infrastructure requirements that we don't have to build, really separates us from the pack. And we've got size, so you have to be big enough when it comes to a copper project, and we've got, as it stands now, obviously this will be defined in our PEA, but we have a multi-decade potential, and I think the district itself, meaning the district of Chibougamau with the Opemiska as the anchor asset, has a multi-generational production potential down the road. The biggest exploration result we had, of course, was our long-awaited updated 43-101 resource, which had north of 2 billion pound copper at 1% copper equivalent. What we're doing right now is we're working on growth. We've got two other mines on our projects, very proximate to the Opemiska deposit, called the Cook and the Robotai. They're past producing mines that we have a significant amount of historic analog data, which we are reprocessing, validating, digitizing. That again is going to inform our drill program that we expect to begin later in 2024. So as we define the engineering and economics of the existing open pit, we're looking for growth over here on our satellite deposit. So that's really the focus of 2024 from a technical perspective. And then of course, outside of that, we're working on our social and community obligations, which are a near priority for us. Community engagement is probably the most important value driver for us, and we're not just saying that because that's a popular thing to say in mining. When you look at our Opemiska project, we are very proximate to a town. This project produced copper and gold for 50 years, and of course as a result of that we had a community develop outside of where our deposit is. And so we are going to be impactful on this community. The question is how, and then the real question is, do these impacts, are they outweighed by the benefits? And of course we believe they are, and I think the town believes that that's a fact as well. We're in Quebec, northern Quebec in Chibougamau, which is a mining district. It's mining culture. People who live in that community, their brothers, uncles, fathers, all worked in the Opemiska, so we're a part of the social fabric. That said, what we need to do is how impactful are we going to be, and how do we mitigate those impacts while again employing or delivering the opportunity for that town to be reborn, so that their children want to stay and grow that community. And so those are the dialogues and relationships we're developing. We've had this project since 2019, and our strategy has been about communication, 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 so that there are no surprises. And I think we've deployed that quite effectively, and this year we're looking to engage them with a more formal agreement, so that I think that mitigates the perceived risks that we have. Again, QC Copper is about a $30 million market cap company. Given the fact that we have such a large high-grade deposit, we should be at minimum $130 million. Why we're not is because of that perceived risk, and so that is again one of the major value drivers we're going to be focusing on this year and beyond, is establishing that, allowing our investors in the street to understand that it's just a perceived risk, and it's something that we believe we can overcome. Well, QC Copper has $5 million in cash in its treasury right now. Additionally, it owns about 11 million shares of Baseload Energy, which is about a $4 million mark-to-market value. So on a working capital basis, we're fairly strong. We're always in the market. Every junior mining company is always in the market for raising money. The question is when and at what price. I think with the copper market starting to turn, we'll keep our eyes closed on the capital markets. But for now, we just sit back, wait. We're well financed to do all of the things we've discussed here. and when the time is right, we'll look to go back to the market and take advantage of a strong share price in a very strong copper market. It's very, very rare to have such a large, high-grade copper deposit with access to infrastructure like the Opemiska delivers. And then I'd like them to consider the value that QC Copper has. Again, these are all forward-looking statements, and there is always risk associated with resource exploration and development. But when you have a market cap company of $30 million, which has such a high-grade deposit in a world-class district like Quebec, I think there's a big disconnect between the future value of the deposit and this company and the price you can pay today by purchasing a share of QC Copper and Gold.